Well, joining me now is Stephen Bodway, Republican candidate for Harford County Sheriff. Thank you so much for coming in and joining us.
Thank you.
Tell me, what do you see as the single most important issue facing Harford County right now?
Well, the single most important issue facing Harford County Sheriff's Office right now is the manpower. The manpower issue is so significant that we cannot do our job without enough people to perform the functions of the Sheriff's Office. For an example, we also have the detention center that we take care of, and right now we have a multi-million-dollar wing that's being constructed, and we need 70 people to staff it, and we don't have the staff right now. So that's a huge issue for this election year, and that's one of my first jobs I have to do as Sheriff of Harford County, take care of that.
So what will you do in office to affect the greatest change in improving the quality of life of your constituents?
Within the first 30 days, our command staff is going to evaluate all the jobs within the Sheriff's Office. And we're going to evaluate all those positions and to make sure that all the police officers that are sworn to protect the citizens are going to be doing police work and back on the street again, and replace those individuals with administrators that are civilians or retired officers that can do the same job for less price, and we'll also effectively gain more police officers that are actually on the street engaging the citizens.
What would you say are the major assets that you would bring to the office?
Well, I started my career as a military policeman back in 1973, and as a young private, as an MP, I learned my discipline and military structure. I spent a year in the Department of Defense Police, and then I started with the Sheriff's Office in 1980. And for the next 28 years, I progressed through the ranks. I started as young DFC and retired as a major. So I've done just about everything there is to do in the Sheriff's Office, worked in all the divisions, and I know all the strengths and weaknesses of the people that work there. So knowing that as Sheriff, I can make huge and significant improvements to the Sheriff's Office.
What would you say is the single most important message that you'd like to convey to the voters?
Well, I can't do this alone. The Sheriff's Office needs the help of everyone who serves Harford County, from the ambulance corps all the way through federal agencies. The sheriff deputies are really brave individuals, and but I admit that as sheriff we cannot do this alone. We need the help of the municipalities. We have Aberdeen, we have Havre de Grace and Bel Air. We also have Natural Resources and the State Police, and we have federal agencies, Aberdeen Proving Ground Police and U.S. Marshals, all that have jurisdictional power within Harford County. I'm going to garner their support, and we're going to take care of business in Harford County.
What would you say is the one thing that voters don't already know about you, but maybe they should?
That's a great question. And I always revert back to the same answer because I have it in my literature. When I came to Harford County in 1973, my first job was working with my father, who was the first manager of the Woolworth store in Bel Air. And everybody knows where the Harford Mall is. And if you remember, the most significant store was the Woolworth store, and he was the manager. Well, after my job was up stocking shelves as a young 18-year-old, he brought me to the military recruiting station, which was located on Main Street, and that's where my career started, and that's why I started as a military policeman right there on Main Street in Bel Air.
Okay, all right. Well, Stephen Bodway, Republican candidate for Harford County Sheriff, thank you for joining us, and good luck to you.
Thank you. Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.